A question that has been brought up, Mason, in relation to Captain Marvel
Yes.
is where was Captain Marvel during all the events that have happened in Marvel?
Was she on Earth?
No!
Was she directly behind all the characters and just out of shot?
Possibly, yes.
Do you think she was coaching?
She may have been coaching.
Or do you think Nick Fury was coaching and she was like, let me in, coach? I
he
want to
would-
do some avenging.
He wouldn't let her in.
Wow.
Take a seat.
So I'd like to get into what maybe we're going to see from the future of Captain Marvel and also filling in that gap between Captain Marvel and Avengers Endgame.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of space stuff to mine there.
A lot of space stuff.
A lot of space stuff.
Like an iron ore.
Like her version of the Kessel Run or whatever.
She probably did a Kessel Run of some
probably
sort.
did a Kessel
She
Run.
would probably reference the Kessel Run.
So, what we've seen from the end of Captain Marvel, she gives Nick Fury a pager, says only call me if it's an emergency, and he chooses not to call her when there's like killer robots or an alien invasion. It's only when people start to disintegrate where he's like, okay, this might be the this might be the one.
Most of the people on Earth seem to be disintegrating for no reason.
I do find it strange he calls her for that particular thing and not the portal over New York that opens and all the aliens pour through.
Yeah, but I mean, they got it last time, didn't they? They got it during Avengers 1, so he's probably like, don't even worry about it. We got this. We'll just do the same thing.
Yeah.
There's no way our dozens of enemies will have learned from the last time.
That's right.
Let's just do the same thing, yeah.
The theory is actually, in some Avengers Endgame footage which was talked about, she's asked where she's been.
Yes.
People are like, hey, we could have used you when there was the Age of Ultron. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? We could
exactly.
have used you when the Abomination, if you saw that one.
Exactly.
Which she didn't because she was off in space.
We could have used you when...
We needed somebody to pick up that big Pez dispenser.
Exactly.
That was left in the street.
littering the streets. Ridiculous.
But she explains that Earth has an Avengers, but most planets don't.
Yes.
So that's basically what she's been doing.
So she's been sort of acting as a one-woman superhero team to various planets that don't have their own Avengers team.
Exactly. We know that her initial mission, flying off into space, is to find the Skrulls a new home.
Yes.
That is the day one activity. So she's like, this is number one on my list.
Yep.
But she mentions some other things, one of them being she sends Jude Law back to the Supreme Intelligence, and he's like, tell bloody Diane bloody Keaton. No, which one?
Annette Bening.
Annette Bening.
Yes.
I was going to say
Tell
Diane
Glenn
Wade.
Close.
Yeah.
Who was also in this.
Yes.
Who's also in this franchise.
And is maybe not obliterated at this point yet because Xandar's gone,
I think so, yeah.
That I'm coming for or whatever. So maybe that's an element that we'll see in a sequel.
Yeah,
or
right.
interquel movie.
Or maybe she put both of those things into the too hard basket and she hasn't done either of them.
That's very possible
and
also.
And they're like, hey, can you stop, can you maybe find us a home? And she's like, oh, but there's a killer robot on that planet, so I should probably stop the killer robot
The
first.
killer robot, yeah.
And they're like, are you procrastinating, Captain Marvel? She's like, no.
Kill a robot.
Kill a robot.
I'll take care of that.
Kill a robot.
There's a big Peds dispenser I got to take care of as
Pick
well.
up the alien Pez dispenser. It's a Pos dispenser. If you've never seen that, it's incredible.
Do you want to see that movie where she goes and gives the Skrulls a new home in 1997? Like, is that the movie you want to see?
For the soundtrack, if nothing else.
Sure. For me, not as much.
Not as much, no, because
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
I'd like to see more Skrulls.
Exactly. Yeah, I would like to see that, but I think, she's probably going to find him an uninhabited planet.
Yeah.
And land them peaceably, and they're going to have a nice time,
Yeah.
and that doesn't really breed the drama that we want out of a Marvel action movie, so probably not.
Probably not as much. Yeah, absolutely. But then again, what if she does go up against the Supreme Intelligence and the entire Kree society? Or, the...
Beats him up one at a time.
One at a time. Just goes house to house.
And they're like, hey, stop this. And she's like, I got photon powers though. And they're like, oh man. And she just clocks them.
None of us have that.
That's right, exactly.
So do you want to see her tearing down the government, maybe from where she's from? That I wouldn't mind seeing.
Yeah, okay. I could probably conceivably see that. I mean, I could physically see it with my eyes.
Definitely, yeah.
Maybe, but I also like the idea of the Kree as an ongoing villain.
Yes.
And I'd rather not see them annihilated, which I assume she could kind of probably do.
Well, I guess they're not because they've shown up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and various other things.
Yeah.
The other thing is we've got some characters out in the universe which we know to be alive around this time, some space characters. Various Guardians would be out there, like a younger Peter Quill.
Yep.
Gamora, Nebula.
Yeah.
Thanos is out there going planet to planet.
Exactly. We have, again, you said Peter Quill, but he'd be on the Ravager team.
Yeah.
So that would be great. Maybe she could meet up with them.
Exactly.
Cause a few of those weird scars that they all have.
That's right.
Maybe we'll learn how Taserface got his Taserface.
Please. I'd imagine that because Thanos is going planet to planet shooting half the people, she's probably ran into him before.
Yeah, right.
Or at the very least knows who he is.
Sure.
So when she does turn up in Avengers Endgame, she'd probably have some pretty in-depth knowledge of who he is, maybe even tangled with him before.
Yeah,
Which
right.
would probably come in handy.
Yeah, she knows the score.
I'd imagine, yeah. We've also got Ronan out there who was kind of underused, I feel.
He was underused,
Yeah.
and in Guardians of the Galaxy, set in more or less the present day, he has a weird, goopy black,
Yeah.
some sort of mutilated face.
No, it's a makeup that he puts on.
Is
You
it?
see him do it, yeah. In
Oh,
the
right,
chamber,
never
he
mind
puts
then.
it on, yeah.
Oh, because he's a part of a different order?
Yeah, he's like a
You know what?
weird
Forget I
cult
said
or
anything
whatever.
then, because I assumed that I'd forgotten that detail, and I assumed that by the end of Captain Marvel, he would have been having that weird, gloopy, scarred-up face, but I
Yes.
guess not.
It's just
so
glue.
maybe we'll see the origin of why he starts putting that on.
Yeah, because we could see him split from regular Kree society and do his
Yeah,
own
for
thing.
sure, huh?
Because we know also from Guardians of the Galaxy, most of the other Kree don't like him. They're
Yes.
like, he's a weird fringe lunatic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The other thing is, there's some characters that might be introduced soon. The Eternals.
Sure, yeah, sort of genetic offshoot of humanity that
Yeah.
have super cosmic powers. Yeah.
But do you know which ones they're going with in particular, or ones that you'd like to see?
That's a good question. So we've got one maybe I'd like to see is Eros, who's like, so they're all sort of styled after gods, but
Yes.
they're and maybe have inspired gods in humanity. But Eros, who is the goddess of love,
Right.
a god of love rather, make him a weird creep. That
Good.
would be good. No, I don't know. Just give me some Kirby cosmic crazy action.
Madness,
I think.
yeah. Because that's one of the things I feel was kind of missing in Captain Marvel, a distinct kind of visual style or feeling for the space
Yeah,
stuff.
right,
But I think that's definitely something you can build upon in.
Yeah.
in
And
the
also
other movies.
there are good Eternals and evil Eternals, and
Yes.
again a common concern that some people have had with regards Captain Marvel is maybe she's too powerful. We don't think she is, but if you want to head that off at the pass,
Yeah.
again all you have to do is bring in some cosmic characters who are way more powerful than she is, and all of a
Absolutely.
sudden the playing field has been more than leveled.
Yeah. And the Eternals movie is supposed to span like thousands of years in the past.
Yeah, right. Uh-huh.
Up to the... I didn't knock anything over.
Good.
If everybody's worrying...
That would be
I
embarrassing
didn't.
for you.
Yeah, no. And if I did knock something over, I just edit it out.
Yeah, you wouldn't leave it in.
No.
Unprofessional again.
Very. So it's supposed to span... No, it's supposed to span like 1,000 years in the past all the way up to the modern day. Because these are... Well, they're called the Eternals.
Yes.
They've been around for
One
a
of
long
their powers,
time.
long life.
Yes. But they can also be killed if you hit them hard enough, probably.
Correct, yes.
Like
That's-
most things.
Well, they're you have to hit them really hard.
Yeah.
Like it's sort of like destroy all their molecules hard.
Sure.
Which Captain Marvel could probably do.
That's right. But yeah, no, I think there's... you can even bring back characters like Red Finhead with the arrow.
Yeah, Red Finhead Arrow.
Mary Poppins Man.
Mary Poppins Man, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Like I said, Peter Quill's probably 15 to 16 at this age. There's that the kid who played him in the first Guardians movie could probably come back to do that. You
Yep.
see a brief glimpse of him in Volume 2 in a flashback.
Yep. Mhm.
Obviously, Rocket Raccoon. There's a whole lot of these space characters, kind of new and old, that you can introduce that I don't think would be too on the nose to reintroduce to the universe.
I
and
agree,
kind
yeah.
of flesh things out a little. I'm not a big fan of prequels in general, but there are gaps in the Marvel universe.
Exactly, yeah, uh-huh.
And
And
this
it-
is now one of them.
Yeah, so give us those cosmic adventures. Or maybe just some adventures on Earth.
She can't go back to Earth, mate.
No, but other people can. Other people are still on Earth.
Oh, so you want to
What's Coulson up to?
You want a Captain Marvel movie without her set on Earth
Yes.
about Coulson.
Yes, exactly.
Great.
It's called Coulson Wonders What happened to that blonde girl he met that time.
Coulson watches his hairline recede
Yep.
over a period of years leading up to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Exactly.
Yeah. Good on him, mate.
Yeah.
But no, if anyone's got no ideas for what kind of stories I'd like to see with Captain Marvel,
I think I've mentioned this before. How about this? In the Marvel comics, we have the Ultimates.
Yes.
Which is kind of a cosmic strike force. It's like
Yes.
a team of cosmic troubleshooters. You have Captain Marvel.
Yep.
Monica Rambeau, Spectrum, who is.
Yep.
Who will be an adult by the time Endgame is finished. Black Panther.
Yes.
And a couple of other characters, Blue Marvel and Miss America, who haven't been introduced yet, but I would like to see them.
Yeah.
And they proactively go out into the universe and solve universe-ending problems before they happen.
Yes.
I would love to see an Ultimates team.
We've talked about this on our podcast, The Weekly Planet, Mason. Where we
Yes.
talk movies and comics and TV shows. We recently did a Captain Marvel episode. But you mentioned that, and the difference between them and, say, the Guardians who are also saving the galaxies, is they intentionally do it.
Yes.
They're going out of their way. And
They're
the
not doing
Guardians
it by
kind of
accident.
run into it and they're like, I guess we should deal with this giant planet with a face.
Exactly.
While we're here, I
Yes.
guess.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something I would love to see also. But yeah, look, if anyone has any thoughts or theories of what they'd like to see, I'd love to hear them below. There's also videos here every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Feel free to subscribe to check out any of that.
Yes.
And like I said, we have a podcast called The Weekly Planet that comes out every Monday with a recent Captain Marvel episode and more episodes before and probably after that.
Probably after that too.
Probably after
They're heaps
that.
fun.
Yeah,
Time marches inexorably forward.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, have a good one.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.